Well, you got great guitar tone. Like, I asked about his drums because I really like the sound of his drums on the recording. So I'm like, this guy's got to have something other than just, I went to Guitar Center and I bought a fucking drum set, you know?
Right.
That's a custom built weird nonsense kit. Yeah.
I'm getting ready to have my own finally custom built guitar for the first time. So I'm super excited about that. But that Swamp Ash guitar I have was a Charvel STX custom. There's something about that wood that you found in the drums that I found in my guitar that you just don't find in other woods, man. It's just so unique. It's a very mid-range, but it's got balls, and the high end it's shimmering enough without being piercing, you know? There's so many things that are important that we're nerding out on talking about instruments, but these things are what give people the final product that they're hearing, right? That's important to us that
And a lot
we
of it,
deliver.
I was going to say, like, jumping on the back of that too, a lot of it too, as a musician, if that's what is inspiring you, you're going to perform better using that guitar.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're gonna, like, there's gonna be something there that's why I like to do everything analog if I can. I don't use amp sims. I use a real amp with real guitar pedals. We will reamp guitars and we'll make sure that it's coming through an actual speaker and microphone, because there's something that you get as a performer when you're singing into a good microphone, into a good. Is it the color on its own? Can you do something with something different? You know, I've seen lots of people in the mix, you know, amp sim compares to a real amp, and it's like once it's buried and there's 1,000 layers, yeah, you probably can't tell when the song is 3 minutes long and it's over and done. But
Yeah.
but there's something that you get as a performer out of it. And I
Thank
think
you.
all of those little things make for what you astutely hear as an organic sound. It sounds like a real human played it with a real instrument, and it's 1,000 little things that go into making the whole album sound like that. And I think that's super important. You're spot on 100%.
Well, I was just in so many situations where I'd actually be arguing, you know, when Chris left Nemesis, it eventually dissolved and I formed other bands and he formed other bands, but I never had that situation again where it was all for one and one for all, right? There was no egos there. It was all about what's best for the band, what's best for the song. And I'd be sitting in these situations where they'd be like, what do you mean you can't play without your sound, man? You know, it's like, we're recording here. There's a difference between, I could get up on stage and fake this right now with this piece of shit setup you have here.
Yeah.
But I can't do it in a recording, you know?
Yeah.
I got to feel the air coming out of the speakers.
Yep.
Even if it's in my headphones, right?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Why not make it so that the artist plays to their absolute best and is the most inspired to give the best performance possible? Like, why would you stand in the way of that? That's crazy.
That's when I got in those arguments, I'd be like,
producer, that's my whole thing. Bring in whatever it is you need to feel like my job then when I engineer it also, because I just double duty it, right? But my job then is to make sure I can capture that performance the best. That's my job. Your job is to be an artist and come in and I need a good performance out of you. So whatever it takes.
Usually I would end those arguments by saying, if you can do it, go play it. You know, 'cause I can't do it, and I'm pretty sure you can't either. So can we come to some kind of compromise?
Just a pointless
So what's on